later today in the show. But first things first, coming at you live from Cheyenne, this is Rodeo Road Trip. Cheyenne Frontier Days, stop number 2 of Rodeo Road Trip, and it is the year of the cowgirl here at Cheyenne. Who better to help kick off the show than world champion herself, Cervi. Sherry, thank you so much for being on the show with us.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
So your career, it spans, years and years, and you're still winning. 17-3 yesterday, just on Money May. What a special horse that is.
Yeah, it's she's very special to me. She's out of Stingray, the horse that won me 2 gold buckles, and I actually got to compete on Stingray here several years. So to be able to bring, Money May here and be successful is pretty cool.
Yeah, and how similar to Stingray? Is it kind of one and the same riding that horse, or is it pretty much different?
Basically, the only thing that's the same is the color. They look exactly alike, but Money May's a diva, and she's pretty spoiled.
I bet. But rightfully so.
Yes.
We actually have that video if we want to take a look at it. You kind of just walk us through this run, because it was a very impressive run.
I was second out, and Brittany went first, and I knew this was a tough set, and you can't worry about what everybody else is going to do, but you just got to make your own run. And she was running pretty hard, and she is green for how old she is, and but she handled the crowd really well, and the dirt was really good, and I just kept thinking, just keep going, go as fast as you can, and she did.
Yeah, you were right. That was definitely a stacked perf yesterday. You've definitely been hot on the trail too, but have you seen other barrel racers out too that their horses have just been running amazing? Who stuck out to you this summer?
Oh yeah, and there's so many horses right now that any given day can win first, and obviously being up with Leslie, who's coming off of a really great year, but I think that there was quite a few girls in that set yesterday that are in the top 20 that legitimately have a chance to make the NFR, and so I think it was good watching for the fans.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, it was great watching. So talking about Cheyenne, it's definitely kind of a different arena. What do you have to do to kind of prepare? We know that third barrel is kind of out there in no man's land. Do you have to kind of prepare for that beforehand?
I think the seasoned rodeo horses, most of them, they know there's 3 barrels out there and you got to turn them no matter where they are, if there's a fence or not. Fortunately, the arena that Money May was trained in is 2 acres, so there are no fences around.
So perfect. You were already prepared then.
We were prepared.
Amazing. So do you have any really, really special moments here at Cheyenne? Just competing so many years, is there one year that kind of sticks out of man, that was the best year?
Yeah, it's hard to top. In 1995, my dad and I were both competing here. My dad won the senior steer tripping, and I won the barrel racing. And so that was a really cool, moment. I was only 19, and probably didn't appreciate it as much as I would today, but it's a very fond memory. My dad wears his buckles still today.
Really? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. What an incredible family that you come from, and just so much success. So talking about Cheyenne, it is the year of the cowgirl, and I thought it was really cool when they told me that you were going to come on, because definitely growing up, you were who I looked up to as a cowgirl. You were definitely one of those icons. You were so humble, but you won so much. You just didn't act like you did win as much as you did. And I was curious, did you have any cowgirls when you were younger that you really looked up to?
Yeah, there's so many cowgirls that have paved the way to where we are, today in the rodeo world. My mom definitely had a huge influence in my career and my life. But Charmaine James, she's a hard one that I got to compete with her and Scamper at the end of his career, which is really cool. I don't think there'll ever be another barrel horse like him, and she was a great champion, so there are so many women that helped us get to where we are today, and I hope that the younger generation appreciates how far we've come.
Yeah, amazing, absolutely. So going into the rest of the summer, we just have a few short weeks left. Where are you heading to now, and what are you hoping to really accomplish here in this year?
I'm actually heading next week to Ohio to a youth race. I put on youth races 3 a year, and so we're taking a break. My husband Corey and I are flying back there, and our whole team's going to meet us, and that actually is being sponsored by Teton Ridge, so it wouldn't happen without them. I'm very appreciative. But barrel racing is my passion, but the youth races has kind of started becoming more of a passion just because giving back to the Western industry is something I really try to do, and the youth is our future. So, and then after the youth racing, we'll go head to the Northwest for, that month of finish out rodeoing.
Oh my gosh, so you do so much. You could just go on rodeo, but no, you want to give back and you want to set that up for those future generations, and that is why I'm such a fan of yours, Sherry.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. Good luck.
Thank you.
Money May and Sherry Cervi, everyone, world champion Sherry Cervi, incredible person inside the arena and out.
Thank you.
Well, we have a very, very exciting lineup for the rest of the show. We have huge people coming in. We've got Leslie Smigo, another barrel racer that she mentioned earlier, and I cannot wait. We've got Bullfighters, Cody Webster, and Dusty Tuckness. We have currently #1 in the world, Shad Mayfield, as including Chancey Williams is going to be playing a song later. I mean, honestly, the lineup it's great, and we cannot wait. Big news here in the rodeo world. We've got Keenan. He's going to be using that momentum to really finish out his summer strong. See him up there on the podium there is really an incredible ride to get that gold medal. Ty Harris has also been very hot this month, and honestly all summer he had an incredible 4th of July run for Cowboy Christmas. That's a really big moment for athletes to climb in the standings, and he took every single advantage of it. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Ty here later this summer to finish out the year, and at the NFR at the end of the year. And finally, we got Leslie Smigo. Everyone's been talking about her. She is absolutely on fire with her horse, Gus. She recently is coming off of a win at Calgary for $50,000. There's just a couple rodeos in the year where you can win something like $50K, Houston and Calgary, and Leslie has won them both. Her aboard her horse, Gus. We're going to be seeing her a little bit later in the show. I cannot wait. We've got the overall world standings here. Shad Mayfield is currently #1 in the all-around and not just the calf roping. He picked up another event, steer roping, to try to clinch that all-around title, as long as bareback riding, Keenan Hayes, and we've got Jackie Crawford in the breakaway roping. Always love to see her. It's been a very, very exciting time. But coming up next, we have our bullfighters, very, very famous bullfighters. Come on over, Cody and Dusty. Hello, nice to meet you guys.
How are you?
Incredible, good. How are you?
Yeah, real good.
Oh my gosh, bullfighting. This is pretty exciting. This is Rodeo Roadtrip. Most of the time we get athletes, we get ropers, we get barrel racers. Not always do we get bullfighters. And that's kind of an amazing, amazing career. Honestly, how'd you guys get into this?
It's kind of a curse, I guess you could say. It's something that we, I know I loved since I was just a little bitty kid, something that I knew that when I was set out that's what I wanted to do. And little bitty kid running around in the house putting on, baggy clothes and painting my face. And every Halloween I was a bullfighter, and it just kind of transpired from there.
What about you?
Yeah, I grew up into it. My dad fought bulls. My mom was involved in rodeo, and me and Webb kind of got a similar story. I've always felt that we all have a calling for our life, and I truly feel this is where God has placed us. And man, it's crazy to look back. We do a lot of reflecting and in our career and the moments that we've been able to be a part of, and it's just crazy. We're just a couple boys just living a dream.
Oh wow!
Literally.
Yeah. You guys have honestly both had amazing careers. We actually have some stats we can pull up on the screen now, because really the titles that you have racked up just year after year is pretty impressive. So how many times? Okay, first things first. What's going on with
Jenna, well
these
done.
headshots here?
Well done.
Please explain to me.
Well, yesterday when we got a text, or 2 days ago, from Jenna about coming on the road trip, she asked for accolades, hometown, accomplishments, this and that. She said, profile picture. Well, I was en route to pick up one of our buddies, Kai John, from needing his truck fixed, and I just kind of scrolled through my pictures real quick, and I pulled up a baby picture, and she says, don't think that I won't use it. And I didn't second guess her, and
Clearly she talked to Smash too.
Yeah, she got one of Webb, and so yeah, not much difference. I just don't have as much hair.
Well, they're great pictures, and we can tell which one is which, at least from now. But let's talk about your guys' career a little bit, because, how many times have you won? It's the Bullfighter of the Year, right? And there's also, at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, you can also earn that title as well, of Bullfighter of the NFR. How many times each of you guys won both of those things?
Well, it's voted on, it's something that's really neat. The Bullfighter of the Year is kind of more of a wider vote for, I think, everybody in the industry.
Yeah, everybody that's a card-carrying member that's competed in at least one rodeo in that season, and your committees and your contractors and your personnel. So it's pretty cool and a prestigious deal because it's your whole group, it's your peers that are looking at you and thinking that highly of you. So
but for the NFR, it is voted on by the top 20 bull riders.
Yep.
So these guys go all season long. Comes down to the cutting, who makes the NFR, who doesn't, and then they, at the end of the season, they vote on who they want to protect them at the National Finals Rodeo. So for the last 11 years, we've got to go together every year, and I think that's quite the duo. I don't know if anybody else has went together that long, but it's just a testament to working 180 performances a year. We're on the road full time doing what we do, and there's a lot of bumps and injuries, broke bones, and everything that kind of comes along with that. So it's really special to have a group of guys put their name on our back.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of injuries, so Cody, you're coming back. You got injured here last year at Cheyenne Frontier Days, and we actually have a video of that you gave us. So we have his permission, but man, it looked pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's we were just rolling through last year, and kind of like always, when you got to step in and take a shot for a guy, that's kind of the name of the game. We got to keep these guys safe at any cost, and that's pickup man from Scott Burris last year, and got slid through on T-Hutch there. I thought I was going to get out a little clean, ends up stepping on my foot and then catching me, and when he goes over the top of me, he catches me with the back foot and breaks 6 ribs, and
Oh, jeez.
It's a big bull too.
It's a big bull.
Big man. He's one of them ones, and it was a short round. So we've talked a lot about Cheyenne this week. We've been on the podcast. We've done different interviews, and the prestigiousness of this rodeo is alone is a lot. But I think it's the pivot point really for the season. Right after Cheyenne, there's about 7.5 weeks left of the season, and right now you really start seeing stuff pan out. Who's still who's gaining ground, who's losing it, who's healthy, who's sore, and the same thing with us. We've started this summer together about a month and a half ago, and we've only had a few days off, and then 9 days into here. So it's just for us, me and Webb talk about it all the time, just how much do you love what you do. And I touched on it on the podcast the other day about it's moments like that when you go through adversity and challenges. It's not that Webb had another 2 months off. Okay, I can go home and heal up. That we're going to the next one. We both got 1 day off between here and our next event, and you just you really find out how much you love the sport, your own self. But that's what I really admire about different athletes, whether it's bullfighters, bull riders, bareback riders, or whatever. When they say, you know what, put me to the fire and I'll stand true and tall. I really admire guys like that. And it's Cheyenne. Anything can and could happen, and there's a lot of money on the line. But at the end of the day, that's what they're there for. We were talking just a minute ago behind stage about how it's been this week with Chancy, my buddy Williams, and we said, we've done a lot of good prevention. We've kept a lot of things developing what could have been bad, but there's situations like that you still got to ante up and take it, and that's why I think we click so well together, and we got each other's back, and we ain't afraid to get a little hair on us.
That's very important, I would say. So who's the better bullfighter then, if we had to pick?
That's up to y'all.
Yeah, that's you guys. You guys can
we'll vote on that later
do your
too,
own
then.
headlines.
Yeah.
We just like what we do, and we love it.
Well, thank you guys both so much for being here, and good luck. Be safe. I'm sure everyone in the arena is incredibly grateful, and we're grateful too to get to hear a little bit about your story.
I appreciate
Hey,
you guys.
Jamal, Cody Webster, and Dusty Tuckness, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, next up we have a guest that is a pretty incredible guy. He developed Pro Fantasy Rodeo, Rodeo Picks, which is the game here that we have to play for free. Casey Jones, everybody, please welcome to the stage.
Thanks, Sierra.
Hey, Casey.
So we're really excited about the Rodeo Road Trip. It's kind of like college game day for rodeo. Really excited. What we love about our games, it really gets the fans into the action. So today only for the performance at Cheyenne Frontier Days, you can go to rodeopicks.com or scan the QR code, and it's really simple. You can get your team in about a minute and a half. But you just pick a contestant in each event, and if they win, you win $10,000. And then what do we have last from Calgary? Do you have that video? We have a special winner from Calgary.
We do, yeah. A celebrity name actually won your game, which, I understand because she goes to a lot of rodeos and she watches it and has to study it. Amy Wilson, a reporter, actually won your game at Calgary, and we got to catch up with her. Check it out.
Hey, I'm Amy Wilson, and after I got a text about the Calgary Stampede Rodeo Picks game, I reached out to my friend Cade Bruno to get his insider info on who I should pick in the rough stock events, and told him I would split what I won with him. I'm not sure how we're going to split this cool buckle, but I was so excited to win, and I really hope that it's momentum to win again in Cheyenne, so y'all can just tell Casey Jones to go ahead and put my name on that check.
She's pretty confident. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, she knows all the contestants, but there were several of them that's pretty close to her picks. So whoever picks the most right wins a buckle, and so she's excited about her Rodeo Road Trip Calgary buckle. So we're gonna have a Cheyenne buckle for the winner today. Plus, if you get them all right, it's $10,000. Free to play.
That's really hard. I mean, there's not very many things you can do to play for free where you can win $10,000.
I think you and Luke had a little bet up there at Calgary, and I think Luke
Okay,
come out
yes,
ahead a little
Casey,
bit.
I made a bet with Luke Branquino. I talked too much trash. I was too overly confident. I lost miserably to Luke, and we did make a bet, but see, I don't know if he's going to fulfill the bet. So hopefully he lets me off easy. We don't have to go through with it.
Yeah, I think if you don't show up the next rodeo, you don't get to claim your prize, right?
Man. Well, let's not make a bet for this one, but we do have our teams for picking up this performance. I'm more confident with this one. I got Dylan Hancock. He's been doing great. We got Lefty Holman, always good. Tristan Martin in the steer wrestling. I'm pretty excited. Who'd you pick?
Tanner Green made a really smoking run yesterday. Jordan Joe Hollabaugh, she's a past champion here at Cheyenne Frontier Days. Always rides a great horse. Zeke Thurston, 4-time world champion. He's always shows up. T. Wade's one of my favorite, and Wesley picks. Walt Arnold, the little Mary's going to ride today, is so solid and consistent here. Look for him to be on top.
I'm still more confident with my team this time. Are we making a bet this time? What do you guys think? Bet? No bet. Yeah, they're nodding their head. Okay.
We could do the what is the cold plunge or the cold water bucket challenge if whoever loses.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, we're gonna do it. Keep it in mind. Everyone, make sure to be putting in your picks today. Free to play. Pick who you think's gonna win each event, and you got a chance for $10,000. So let's talk a little bit about your buckle, Casey Jones.
So this is one of my favorite steer wrestling contests. Back in the day, they had walking fresh for everybody, 150, 160 entries, and it was a true test of because you have to be more of a horseman here, because you have to have a really good horse to set there that long, because he knows when you turn him loose, he's got to go 90 mile an hour. But you also kind of got to set up the play. If you go straight to the steer, he's going to break in front of you, then you won't be able to catch him. And the hazer's really got to be on part of your team to where you kind of come out and corral them as you get off. And then with these steers never being thrown, you really can't take their head real aggressive or they'll fall down. So it's more technique to where you just control them and start inching the momentum away from them. And I just always had a lot of luck here. I'd make the short run. I think I have like 12 final vests here and never won it. Like that was the monkey on my back. I never won Cheyenne, but I could always show up here for a check. And in 2014, I finally pulled it off. So that's my favorite.
Are you wearing it right
thing.
now?
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to wear.
He's wearing it now. Wow, and it's very impressive that you can create games, but then you also have this amazing career as a steer wrestler. Thank you so much, Casey Jones, for being on today.
Well, thank you.
Pay him off. Casey Jones. Cannot wait. Coming up here very soon, we have Chancey Williams going to be playing a song for us. Oh, there he is right there. And also, we got to catch up who you saw at the top of the show, the Trick Rider and Roper, Blue Ledoux and Piper Ewell. We were able to catch up with them, and they tried to teach me a few things unsuccessfully.
Hi, I'm Blue Ledoux Butler.
And I'm Piper Ewell.
I'm 15 years old.
And I'm 14.
I trick rope.
And I trick ride.
And
welcome to
the Cheyenne Frontier Days.
What got you guys into this?
Mine was kind of by accident almost. I was just messing with a rope and I knew how to do tricks just because I breakaway rope. Kelsey, Piper's mom, was like, you know how to do that? I was like, yeah, I'm not very good. She's like, we gotta get you going. This is gonna be amazing. And so now we're just a little team.
So have you guys ever done Cheyenne Frontier Days before this?
No. This is our first year and we have it 2 years after this.
You know, it's the daddy of them all, so it's a lot bigger, but the crowd just feels more like...
Connected?
Yeah, connected. I think that's what makes it a lot better too, is that bigger the better.
Yeah. So do you guys have like a spotter or someone that's gonna like grab your horse or catch you like if it goes bad down there, or you just the dirt?
No, we usually just hit the dirt. We don't have somebody just like a genie coming and like, catching us underneath the dirt.
Well, that would be handy. That's what I'm expecting right now.
Yeah. Yeah, now I check my straps. And when I was in Calgary, one of these straps broke.
Don't tell me that this malfunctioned just not that long ago.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You'll be fine. You put your feet in like that, kind of get them like solid. And then you pull up with the mane and then push your hips forward. You don't go that far forward. But all the way up standing.
Shoot.
And then push your hips forward.
Okay.
Smile big and wave.
Wave. Everybody, do not move.
I think she did really good.
Are you asking me to join your team?
Yes.
Okay, yep. Sorry, Rodeo Roadtrip. Heading out. Quitting my job, going on the road. Talented. I'm very sore even from doing that one small trick. So what they do is incredibly impressive and it was so much fun getting to meet them. But now, without further ado, we have someone very special going to perform for everyone here. Please welcome Chancey Williams.
What are you doing out there? Well, thanks for having me on. I'm Chancey Williams from right here in Wyoming. I'm going to play you my new single we have out right now. It's called One Bad Mother Buckaroo. Got a first-gen Dodge Ram flatbed truck that loves to ride blue-eyed border collie pup. Goes down the road with his radio cranking Chris Ledoux. Yeah, he's one bad mother buckaroo. Oh, he's one bad mother buckaroo. He's coffee strong, roll your own, lighting up a smoke. Saddled up, dawn to dusk, and always at a lope. Got a trusty old bed roll out underneath the moon. Yeah, he's one bad mother buckaroo. He's a Barstool sitting, whiskey sipping, double shot of Crown. Neath the neon lights every Friday night when he comes to town. Before the night is over, he'll dance the dirt right off them boots. Oh, he's one bad mother buckaroo. Got a good and broke mare that ropes, I ain't got no papers. Jackpot and open top bumper pool trailer. When the weekend comes, he'll have some fun winning all the loot. Yeah, he's one bad mother buckaroo. He's a Barstool sitting, whiskey sipping, double shot of Crown. Neath the neon lights every Friday night when he comes to town. Before the night is over, he'll dance the dirt right off them boots. Oh, he's one bad mother buckaroo. He's a Barstool sitting, whiskey sipping, double shot of Crown. Neath the neon lights every Friday night when he comes to town. Before the night is over, he'll dance the dirt right off them boots. Oh, he's one bad mother buckaroo. Yeah, he's one bad mother buckaroo. He's got a first-gen Dodge Ram flatbed truck that loves to ride blue-eyed border collie pup. Goes down the road with his radio cranking Chris Ledoux. Yeah, he's one bad mother buckaroo.
Amazing. Chancey Williams, everybody. Dang, pretty incredible to have somebody here that is so famous, but also from Wyoming to really show you that you are Mr. Cheyenne. Come on, sit down.
Well, thanks.
Now that new song, Chance, I got to ask, it kind of sounds like you wanted to say something else and then you changed it out with buckaroo.
Yeah, you definitely need to enunciate when you say it and I get in trouble. Yeah.
Don't need to mumble that song.
That's right.
You might get some concerned looks
Yeah,
from the
for
crowd.
sure.
Well, I really, really liked it.
Well, thanks.
How have you been? I know you're playing tonight, the Outlaw Saloon.
Yep.
You've been playing all over?
Yeah, we've been on tour all summer. We've had a great summer so far. We've been to kind of all over. Got to go to Calgary for the first time. It's cool to see that up there. But yeah, it's been a great couple years, and this summer's we got a lot more fun stuff coming too. So.
Oh man, we can't wait. Well, it's pretty exciting, and I have to congratulate you. You're going to be inducted into the 2024 Cheyenne Frontier Days Hall of Fame, correct?
Well, yeah, thanks so much. It's quite an honor. You know, Cheyenne's meant a lot to me and my family. My dad won the rookie bronc riding here in 1971, and me and my brothers both rode here, and then ended up getting to play here a lot of years at the beer tent, and we've played the main stage 4 times, and it's just Cheyenne's super special to me and my band and my family.
Wow. And we actually have a video of you here in Cheyenne. I mean, how cool is that you've gotten to compete here and play here? You and Chris Ledoux are the only 2 people that have ever done that.
Yeah, you know, there's not a lot of singers that rodeo, and not a lot of rodeo guys that have, you know, had the success in music. So it's it was fun to ride here back in the day. Yeah, it was a rookie bronc riding back then. Yeah, I set the arena record twice that year. I set it, and then I left for a couple rodeos, and somebody else beat it. Then I come back in the short go and set it again, but it's since been beat. But yeah, this place is special for sure.
So you need to come out of retirement one more time. You got to keep your record.
Yeah, my brain wants me to do that, but I don't think my body wants that too bad.
I bet not.
Yeah.
I bet not. So, I mean, how is it playing, I mean, at this giant stage? I mean, is it really just you can't beat it anywhere else?
Yeah, there's nothing like it. I mean, it's the biggest stage you can play, you know, in Wyoming. So it's special to us. You know, we've got to do some great things. We played the Grand Ole Opry 3 times and played the Ryman. We played Red Rocks. But to me, the crown jewel was Cheyenne Frontier Days. You know, growing up as a little kid, watching George Strait and other singers out there, I never dreamed I'd play out there. But to me, it's the best place in the world to play just because I'm born and raised in Wyoming.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can really feel that from the crowd. You know, they know you're from Wyoming, and it's just kind of special to be able to sing back to them, to your people.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I sing songs. I stay in my lane when it comes to songwriting. I sing songs about cowboys and ranching and the Western way of life, and you know, try to be as authentic as possible. And you know, we get to play coast to coast and year round, and we try to represent the state of Wyoming as best as possible wherever we go. We love this place.
I think you do, and I think you do it well. Did I see you yesterday at the rodeo, though? Are you a pickup man for the rookie bronc riding as well?
Well, they let me come out and you know, clean the arena and stuff, and I just basically try to stay out of the way. But I used to pick up a little bit with some friends, and so I've picked up back in the day too. But one day a year at Cheyenne, I always go out and help clean. It's the best place to watch the rodeo, and you know. So, but if you notice, when the action gets close to me, I'll just slope to the other side to kind of stay out of the way.
Yeah, I saw you kind of avoiding just opposite ends, but you were still there.
It's a lot of fun, you know, and it's like I said, the best place to watch the rodeo out there. So
absolutely, pretty incredible. So, do you have more songs coming up? A new album? Anything new, exciting on the horizon?
I got 9 songs we haven't put out yet, so we're gonna start releasing those here this fall. Actually, it's about September 1st. We'll try to put a new song out every 6 or 8 weeks, just to kind of keep the fans satisfied with it. You know, everybody wants new stuff, and so I'm always going to Nashville writing and recording. Just always try to put out more stuff all the time.
Of course, but I mean, do you have a song that that's your all-time favorite one to play every single concert? You got a favorite?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, I've wrote a lot of songs, but you know, the ones that fit me well, you know, obviously The World Needs More Cowboys has been great for us, and we've got a song called Rodeo Cold Beer that is still my highest streamer, and it's, you know, talks about Moorcroft and stuff where I'm from. So love those. I got some new ones out. I wrote one about my Uncle Don. He was a bronc rider, and it's called The Ballad of Uncle Don. It's going to be great. And then got one about my granddad called Wild Horse Charlie. His name was Wild Horse Charlie. It's not
so creative.
There's not more of a cowboy name than that, so I had to write a song about it. So we'll have some of those coming out this fall, so we're excited to get them out to the public. We've been holding on to them for a while.
Oh, well, we can't wait, and thank you so much for being on the show today and playing for us and talking to us. We know that you are a huge favorite here in the state of Wyoming and honestly all over the world.
Well, thanks for having me on. Thanks for everything
you so
Teton
much.
Ridge does for the
Chancey
rodeo.
Williams, everybody. And good luck tonight at the Outlaw Saloon.
All right, thank you.
All right, up next, our next guest, we have past world champions of just this last year in the team roping, Wesley Thorpe and Tyler Wade. Welcome them onto the stage. Hello. Sit down. Hi, how are you?
Don't hold it too high.
right up there. Welcome to the show, you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I got to say first, I was told it was just you, Tyler, and then here, just all of a sudden, you announced I'm bringing my partner.
He goes with me everywhere.
Can you not do anything separately? You got to do it all together?
It's a team sport. For sure.
Well, we are very, very glad. And congratulations on your world title from
Thank
just
you.
last year. That must have been pretty incredible, huh?
We actually heard that you didn't pick us on the fantasy team.
Yeah, we heard
What?
that. We were watching right there.
What?
My man Casey, he got us covered. but
That
I
was
think
a
you had-
typo.
Who do you think?
I don't remember now. I think it was definitely you guys is what I
Oh,
said,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah,
must have
yeah.
been a mistake. Sorry about that.
Must
No.
have the same team.
Backpedal.
The 100% is going to be you guys, for sure. I can't pick just the guests. You know, we have to give other people the chance. It'll be you guys, though. I promise.
I hope you're right.
I promise. So take us back last year's season. I know, did you kind of have a rough patch there during the season and you weren't really sure if that world title was within your grasp, or was it pretty much smooth sailing the whole season?
Tell them about the rough patch.
It wasn't quite always smooth sailing. We started roping together in the spring. We kind of got some runs under our belt. Things were going pretty well. Got to jackpot together, compete together at some local events close to us. And then when we left for the summer, we thought we had it going our way. We're like, hey, this fits great. We're going really good, on the same page. And then 4th of July went like as bad as it could go. And then, that's like the season where you're like, hey, we're going to kill it, get the momentum going our way, have the finals close to being made, possibly, whatever. Well, it couldn't have been more opposite. It went about as bad as it could go. And then even the following week, we didn't really get anything going. And we were definitely not where we wanted to be in the standings about mid-July. So finally, Spanish Fork, Utah, the switch flipped, and it was kind of a fairy tale season after that.
Yeah, you just got to wait kind of for that to come back around, right? Got to be patient. It's
Stay
tough sometimes.
positive.
Stay positive. Absolutely.
right.
We actually have your run from Cheyenne. If you guys want to kind of walk us through it, is really, really great run. Congrats to you both.
Well, we knew we had one of the best steers on him, and we was at the front, and it was like if we just caught him, we knew we'd make it back because there wasn't many steers as good as that one. So all of the money is today and on Sunday, so that's kind of the goal with what we're shooting for, is just make it back to today and Sunday.
And why do you guys think that you rope so well together and work so well together? I mean, obviously there's got to be a friendship, good, but I know it is kind of a business too between partners.
There's a lot that goes into it outside the arena. Just making plans, horses that match up, being on the right horses when he's on the right horse, knowing what each other's game plan is, communicating. I think communication and team roping goes a long ways because you really have to know what the other guy's thinking. You have to know that he's not mad when you make a mistake because you're going to drop the ball for a lot of money in a situation that is not always fun, whether it's the American for $100,000 or whether it's NFR for a world championship. It's going to happen. And it doesn't matter if it's for a little money or a lot of money. You have to treat it the same and know that they're trying as hard as you are, and you have to want to, as a partner, you have to put the same effort into the whole team as the other one is. You have to know that they're willing to match your effort. So being on the same page as a partnership goes a long ways outside the arena just as much as inside. And the inside, will reflect that if those match up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tyler, I know you've had success. You've won this rodeo. I mean, you kind of have that confidence going into it, like, hey, I know how to work this. I know how to get to that championship Sunday and see it through.
I don't know about confidence at all. It's more like I'm more nervous here than anywhere, just because the setup, the conditions, and like you're at the mercy of the cow. And then when you finally get the good one, you still have to capitalize on it. So like, it's a double-edged sword of being nervous, and you better stay ready at the same time. So to win this deal, the draw matters more than anything, honestly. So you just got to capitalize when you do draw. So I don't know. It makes me more nervous that way because you're at the mercy of something that you can't control.
Yeah.
And usually we're in control, and the setup allows for us to be in control and control our own destiny. And here it's not like that at all. So they're going to draw the cows here in a little bit, and we're going to know how good a chance
So
we have.
everyone, just say a prayer right now.
Real quick.
Just a good steer coming in. And I heard, Tyler, so your horse works incredible in the arena all the time. But I heard a rumor that
don't know about
outside the arena, not that great. Can't shoe very well. It's hard to load in the trailer. Is this right? Is this the right horse?
Oh, yeah, usually. And it seems like if you find a horse that's fast enough, he doesn't act very good outside the arena,
Yeah.
it feels like. So, but I think we got some pretty good horses right now, and hopefully it turns our way.
Oh, yeah. I have all the confidence in the world. Thank you both so much for being here. And good luck today. Good luck with the draw. I have a good feeling I'm going to change my team immediately.
Yeah, fix that real quick if you don't
yeah,
mind.
I don't know what happened
We'll
there.
watch you. Go ahead and do it.
We'll
Yeah,
go in
yeah.
halves if you pick us.
Casey's got it. He's
All
got
right,
it backstage.
perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
yes. But thank you both so much for being here. Give
Thank
it up,
you.
world
Thanks for having
champions
us.
Thank you,
Tyler
guys.
Wade and Wesley Thorpe. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well, coming up, we have some really exciting super contenders for the American Rodeo. We've gone international with it, giving athletes an even bigger and better chance to make it to the American Rodeo. We're going to Barretos, Brazil. I'm going to Brazil. I'm so excited. We also have the Rodeo All-Star Weekend in Denver, Colorado, and San Francisco, the Grand National Rodeo. And we're going to Canada. Festival Western at St. T, and I'm very, very excited for that. All right, coming up next, I was able to to catch up with Aaron Watson and actually play pool, and I thought I was going to beat him, but I definitely didn't. But check it out; it's pretty entertaining.
It's been a while.
We could just play our way, you know?
Yeah. I like how she's acting like she's not fixing to hustle me. That's like, she goes, oh, you better rack them. I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so did I hear a rumor that you wear a pro rodeo guy's buckle, or he's given you one?
Yes, my buddy Shane Hanchy. Not his world champ buckle, but like the 9th round at NFR. And he gave it to me here.
Really? In this bar?
Yeah, like 13 years ago, yeah. We played here at this venue so many times. And you know, I feel like Wyoming is just kind of an extension of West Texas. You know, I wrote my song July in Cheyenne long before I ever got to play Cheyenne Frontier Days. To hear that many people singing along.
They screamed it. I was there when you opened for Cody. We haven't seen each other since the American. I got to ask how it was to play.
Oh, the American was so fun.
Yeah.
It was fun playing with Post Malone.
Quite a combination, I feel like.
Yeah, you know, we're peanut butter and jelly. Add a few face tats and I'm basically him. It had been a long time since I had gotten to play in front of that many people. I remember thinking, God, thank you for this.
Oh,
wait. You got one though, what was it?
I think it was yours.
Well.
Who's been like your favorite rodeo athlete that you've met that you're like, man, that guy or that girl, she's awesome?
Some of the legends like Rob Smets, bullfighter, getting to hang out with Larry Mahan back in the day. I don't know, if I mentioned one, I'd hurt people's feelings. I'm fixing to take all your money, girl. Is this where we fight here?
Yeah, this is where
I'm actually left-handed, and so is she, and we're really good left-handed, but
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
To hang out with Aaron Watson. He is the coolest guy. I mean, being a superstar, but yet he's still so real, so humble, and honestly, he almost lost, really. It was close. It was close. But coming at you, so we're in Cheyenne for the Daddy of Them All. We have a few pretty exciting highlights that have been happening. This rodeo has been going on here for quite a few days now, and a couple of standouts that's been going on in Cheyenne Frontier Days. First up is Kai Hamilton. We got to bring up him. He's coming off of an injury, and honestly, you couldn't tell at all that he was in recovery mode. He's been absolutely killing it here at Cheyenne and a lot of other rodeos. I'm sure we'll be seeing him finishing out his season really, really strong. Another really cool story, we have Willow Wilson, who's competing in the breakaway roping, but also the team roping. So for the first time ever, we may have a lady that could win the all-around here at Cheyenne Frontier Days. Well, they do call it the Daddy of All for a reason. We have a few stats on Cheyenne Frontier Days that we think is pretty cool. We've got the top money earner in 2023 with Joey Williams winning nearly $20,000 just in the breakaway roping. And we've got the average rodeo ticket price about $38.15, and people come from all over to come to the Daddy. Awesome. Well, we have our next guest coming up. I'm very, very excited. Actually, I was able to meet her back in March at Arlington for the American, where she won the breakaway roping, 100K. It was very, very exciting. Please welcome Sarah Angelone. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Well, Sarah, we haven't got to see each other since you were able to win the American. And in the interview, I know you mentioned that it doesn't even feel real yet. I mean, does it feel real now?
It took about a week to feel real, to be honest.
I mean, what was going through your head backing into the box there, that final calf?
Honestly, I just try not to think about anything, because when you start thinking about stuff, I feel like it goes south. But I was a little nervous, not going to lie.
Well, we actually have the video from the American. You can kind of just bring us back to that moment, because I'm sure you play that in your head a lot. It's a pretty cool moment.
Yes, ma'am.
When your horse stops so incredibly fast, I feel like half the time I see you where she's already stopping before you even get your slack. I mean, she's breaking it off for you.
Yes, ma'am. She definitely likes to stop, that's for sure.
I mean, where'd you get her? I mean, where does she come from? And
she actually came from Jared Lesh. He is penning and sorting in Whitesboro, Texas, and I bought her as a 5-year-old, and I trained her. I actually bought her to sell her, which I buy all of them, sell them, don't end up selling most of them. But yeah, she's been great, but she's an absolute dragon to deal with. So I'm glad she's good. I'll put up with it.
In what ways? In what way? Like Tyler, he was just on the show a little bit ago. Is it kind of like that? Just a diva?
If she has separation anxiety, she neighs. Nobody will ever lose me in a rodeo when I'm by myself, because my horse will be neighing the whole time, and she kicks the trailer. She's honestly a pain to deal with, but I feel like most of the good ones are. So.
They really are. But if they work in the arena, it doesn't matter, right?
Yes,
they can
ma'am.
pretty much get away with anything outside.
Yes, ma'am.
So you've done pretty well at Cheyenne. I mean, no. But you've done amazing here at Cheyenne this week.
you.
I mean, how's it been going, and what do you have to do to kind of prepare for the setup? Because it is different.
Honestly, here I just really think about scoring and riding my horse and roping the neck instead of trying to be, too flat, because obviously that's not going to be the case here. But
right.
Staying behind the barrier mainly here,
Yeah, it's a pretty incredible run, 3.8. And I mean, what's the game plan coming into the next one? I mean, do you need to really adjust at all as you move, semifinals and championship Sunday?
Well, I believe they take more today, so I'm kind of towards the end, so that's an advantage. I'll kind of get to see what I have to be, the cut or whatever, but I'm just going to try to stay behind the barrier and be as fast as I can on the calf I draw.
Absolutely. So I think it's pretty cool. So you're from Virginia originally.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, so how did you, now you live in Texas, of course, but I mean, were you over there in Virginia rodeoing and then decided to come to Texas?
Yeah, we didn't grow up in a rodeo family. My dad decided he wanted to rope when he was 40 years old, and we had no horses, no nothing. My mom was like, we've raised dogs for a living. We don't do anything with horses. And, he learned, and he taught my sister and I. And Martha's 4 years older than me, and she came out to school before I did. So I always knew I wanted to end up in Texas and, go to rodeo school, and then it's a place to be if you want to rodeo full time. So
I mean, and why breakaway too? I mean, 'cause you could team rope. I know you team rope a little bit too, though.
Yes, ma'am. I love team roping. I wish I had more time to do it, but I think breakaway is just taking off so much. Rodeos, futurities, jackpots, and there's so many opportunities and so much money for us to win now. So I just love it.
I mean, so you mentioned too that you really do enjoy the futurities. Do you think you'll probably move away from the pro rodeo circuit and lean more into futurities in the future, or do you think you're going to try to do both?
I can't get away from the rodeos, even though I'd like to. I do have a lot of futurity horses sitting at home, so it is hard for me to be gone, but I do want to make the finals too. So it's hard to balance both of them, but I was actually at a futurity yesterday. So I'm trying to make it all work, but it is difficult.
So you're balancing. You're probably not sleeping, but you're getting
them
both done.
Not sleeping, but yes, balancing.
Yeah, that's all right. So you had your first NFBR last year,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
is pretty amazing because you really dominated like as if it would have been your 10th time there. I mean, what did you have to do to kind of mentally prepare to go into the South Point?
I knew going in I didn't have a chance at winning the world because of, our payout's different than everybody else's. But I just wanted to have fun and, try to win as many rounds as I could. My goal was to win the average the first day, and I think I missed one or two calves. And I was like, the second day I just kind of balled out and let it all hang out and won a couple rounds. So that was cool.
So do you think you should just be doing that all the time, just letting it all hang out? I mean, when do you need to safety up and when do you need to go for it? Does it just depend on the day?
I can't even think about all that because, like I said, if you think about it too much, it's probably not going to go good. But I think like here, just stay behind the barrier. It's not a rodeo. You got to be fast. Other rodeos, you got to be fast. You got to let it hang out. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we cannot wait to watch you. Good luck for
Thank
the rest
you.
of the week. I'm sure we'll see you on Championship Sunday. Everyone, Sarah Angelone, professional breakaway roper. Thank you so much, Sarah. All right. Well, our next guest is currently #1 in the world in the all-around and the calf roping. He picked up another event to try to get that all-around the steer roping, and he's been pretty much dominating all year long. Please welcome Shad Money Mayfield. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So is it Shad Money Mayfield? Did you legally change it?
I guess that's the new name now, so I'll roll with it.
I mean, who called you that first? Or was that a self-appointed name?
It was actually, I was in junior high, and a special friend of ours made me a rope can. And I guess she got the idea from Floyd Money Mayweather, so she put Money Mayfield on there. And I was a kid, so I made it my Instagram name, Facebook, everything. And then the first year I won the American and split the $1 million there, then the announcer said Money Mayfield, and it kind of rolled from there.
Well, I like it. I think it flows. I think you should just change it legally.
It's cool. It's cool. That's what every rodeo I go to now, they say Shad Money Mayfield, so I stick with it.
I think it's pretty cool. So speaking of the American, I mean, that was pretty impressive that you were able to split the $1 million, way back when. I mean, how did that kind of propel your career?
Oh, the American, the first win I had, I won $600,000 there. That was huge for me. It allowed so much for me. It allowed me to get a couple really good horses. After I won the American that year, I went and bought my good horse Rampage, and he helped propel my whole career. I won my first world championship on that horse, and honestly, $600,000 makes rodeoing a little easier for sure. And it helped me getting a home out in Texas. I bought some land and built a home, and recently just sold that place and starting to build another one. So that first American win has set my whole career up for sure.
I'm sure it didn't hurt, $600,000. I mean, get you down the road a little bit. Now, let's talk about last year's American Rodeo, because you were the American champion. I mean, we have our run here, and let's look back at it and just kind of walk us through a little bit.
Yeah, the American's one of my favorite rodeos, and this is my first time actually making it back to the final 4 rounds since my first win there. And this year I was like, I need to win the American again this year. And being in Globe Life, that's another cool experience to get at AT&T and getting a new spot like that. And I love that rodeo, and the payout's even better.
Yeah, payout was pretty good. It was definitely pretty good. I mean, how did it feel kind of just taking that victory lap in the Ranger? I mean, you should have done something cool. I mean, you should have backflipped off of it or something. You just kind of stepped out all calm. And
well, if they were still giving a Polaris Ranger, I'd have probably done a black flip off of it. But no, it was a cool experience to be able to get out there and do the victory lap, because the next day I went to Rodeo Houston, so it just kind of fueled me to go into other rodeos.
Yeah, you've really been killing it at all the major rodeos, coming off a big win at Reno, and then now Cheyenne, you've done really good. We actually have your run here. What were you, 10.8 yesterday?
Yeah. Had a really good run yesterday. The Kevs, they've already been ran here, so they were running really hard in the past sets, and I knew with my horse, as fast as she is, I wouldn't have a problem, but I just needed to rope the calf and do my part.
Yeah, amazing. And I've noticed that you're dealing with an injury, and we got to talk about it, because are you kind of cherry picking the rodeos that you're entering, or are you just kind of gritting your teeth and entering them all?
I've been gritting my teeth and entering them all. I got 2 torn labrums in both of my hips and impingement, and in January, Dr. Tandy told me to do surgery, and that was the only thing to fix it. But I was actually had it set to do surgery after Houston, and then I had some wins at San Antonio and Fort Worth, and the season was looking good. And once I talked to the surgeon, he told me I have to do both my hips. There wasn't just one, so I wouldn't be good for the NFR. So I said, with what I have one now, I can't miss out on the NFR this year. So I said I was going to bear down and go through the season. And whenever I was home, it was a lot easier because I wasn't sitting in the truck just driving and flying around. And I had doctors at home doing physical therapy every day. But being on the road, it's been a lot harder sitting in the truck for 12, 15 hours at a time and plane rides. And, we're at a different rodeo every day, so it's hard to kind of get worked on. So the other day at Spanish Fork, I actually was tying a calf and my hips locked up on me, and I couldn't even get up. And once I did, my legs just started shaking. So that's when I kind of got the sign that I needed to go home for a little bit and just rest. So Cheyenne will be my last rodeo for a little bit.
Oh, wow. Well, surely you're sponsored by Advil now at this point, right?
Ibuprofen and Advil's getting me through a lot, and a lot of Dex. Dex helps a lot. Horse medicine.
Yeah, horse medicine. The people in the crowd are giving concern.
Don't try it. I guess it's bad for your liver, but it makes you feel good.
You do what you got to do to get down the road.
I'm not trying trying to make it a habit. I'm just trying to get through Cheyenne.
Well, let's have one last question about the all-around, because was that always kind of the plan leading into this year, that you were going to pick up steer roping and try to go for that all-around title, or just having a successful year in the calf roping, did you think, man, I should pick up another event and go at it?
Well, I've always wanted to be a steer roper. I did it 2 years ago when I did the timed event and kind of fell in love for it then. And my grandpa, he passed away. He was a big steer roping fan, and I always wanted to do it just because of that. But, you know, this year kind of gave me a reason to start steer roping. And with the money I had won in the calf roping and with all around being wide open, I said, you know, I could go start steer roping, win a little bit of money. And I actually ended up buying a steer roping horse and fell in love with the event. And, you know, it's kind of hard to get to all the steer ropings and be at all the calf ropings. So I kind of just go where I can this year, and you know, the next year that I come out in rodeo, I think I'm gonna try to make the steer roping finals. But it's definitely an event I love to do. But you know, it's like I didn't get a steer rope or team rope here at Cheyenne because I was at Calgary, so it's kind of hard to work a lot of the events, you know, back to back. But props to Trevor Brazil for being able to do what he did back in the day, because it's so hard.
Oh my gosh, I bet. Well, thank you so much for being on with us today, and we
Yeah.
can't wait to watch you in Cheyenne. And well, if you're gonna go home, I guess we'll see you at the NFR, I'm sure.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Everyone, Shad Mayfield, #1 in the all-around, #1 in the calf roping. Well, we have Ashley Baller with PFR Rodeo Picks out there in the crowd, I believe, with the fan, and she's going to help us pick our teams for the day. Ashley, go ahead.
Well, hello, everybody. I am here with my friend Keaton, and we are here to tell you all about Rodeo Picks. So after this, make sure you go to rodeopicks.com. You can win $10,000. It's free to play, but I want to talk about our picks here. So he and I actually both picked who in the tie down? Tell me.
Oh, we both picked Shad Mayfield for our tie-down roper.
That's exactly right. We know that he is proven, he is leading the all-around, and you just got to see him up here on the stage. Now, tell me, what would you do with $10,000?
Oh, I think I'd probably book myself an elk hunt with Table Mountain Outfitters.
Ooh, I like that. And he is a very experienced rodeo fan. He's an 8-time volunteer here at Cheyenne Frontier Days. Now, for all the people playing who maybe it's their first time playing Rodeo Picks, what do you recommend?
Well, you know, I know they're probably not on the roster today, but if you see a guy with the last name Wright, I'd probably pick him.
Hey, there you go. It's always a right way when you're playing Rodeo Picks. It's super fun, it's super easy, and it's free. So why aren't you playing? Go to rodeopicks.com. You can scan the QR code on the screen and even get a shot at that champion buckle. So have some fun out there, rodeo fans.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game to play, and hopefully I'm going to beat Casey Jones this time. Well, coming up next, we have our final guest who has been absolutely on fire, her and her horse Gus in the barrel racing. We have Leslie Smigo coming up right after this. All right, welcome back to Rodeo Roadtrip. If you're just tuning in, we have an amazing Higher Cheyenne flashback. This is Nellie Miller winning Cheyenne Frontier Days back in 2018 in the hail, in the rain. We had such an incredible horse. I mean, sister, I love this mare so much, and you can't even tell that the weather conditions are less than ideal. All right, well, we also have to talk about our Ridge Riders team who have been really killing it. We have Chase Doherty, who recently won Calgary. He's on our Ridge Riders team. And honestly, the Ridge Riders have had a really scorching hot July. Take a look a little bit at their stats. Wow, what an incredible ride that Chase did. I mean, just another day at the office for that guy. Checking out the Ridge Riders, we have Chase here, and we have a few other people that have really done well. Honestly, just the team total winnings in July, $320,000+. And I have a feeling they're not quite done yet. We're pretty excited. And another really exciting piece of news, Teton Ridge family is getting a little bit bigger. We hired Mo Brings Plenty to come on as our American Indian Cultural Affairs Director. I love Mo. He was able to come on the show in Calgary. He's such an incredible guy, an incredible actor. And now he gets to be a coworker of mine. So I cannot wait. But without further ado, we have our final guest who we've been talking that has been so hot here in Cheyenne and honestly all season long. Please welcome Leslie Smigo. Hello, hello. Wow, love your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
It matches your hair.
Shiny is my favorite color.
So we got to talk about first, Leslie, because I believe it was it last year that you decided to dye your hair? Wasn't it kind of a bright red, or was it about this color here?
It was 2 years ago, and it was actually here. Mm-hmm. I was having an okay season, and, you know, I really wanted to have a shot to make the NFR, so I went and dyed my hair red, and I said I had to run with my hair on fire. And so now it's just caught on, and I get into these slumps where, you know, I'm not winning as much as I want to, and I decided even before Calgary this year, we got to change the hair. Houston, I changed my hair. We won Houston. Calgary, we retouched up my hair, made it a little brighter. Won Calgary, so yeah. It just works.
That's pretty funny. I feel like a lot of, you know, steer wrestlers and other guys in events, they'll like grow a beard or shave their beard, but you dye your hair, and I love that.
I do. You gotta just mix it up.
Speaking of Houston, we actually have your run from that. I mean, really an incredible $50,000 win. Congratulations. Walk us through it. Were you nervous here at all?
I wasn't. I was pretty sure I was gonna get beat. So, you know, I just went and just put it all out there, and Gus had reserves, and I didn't know he had this in him, but, you know, he runs great twice in one day. He loves it. The more you work him, the more he does better, and, you know, I just can't say enough great things about him. He owes me nothing, and I owe him everything.
Oh, he really is an incredible horse, Gus. And we also have, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, there are 2 rodeos in the season where you can win about $50,000. I mean, those big money winners, and you won them both.
I did. It was a dream come true. I didn't expect it. You know, running against the girls that we run against, Haley and Sherry and all them, it's anybody's day, but you look up to them and they're supposed to win. You know, they're expected to win. I'm an underdog. No one really knows me, so I went in there and Gus got it done, and, you know, it's just, he's made so many things realistic to me that I never thought would happen, and I can't thank him enough.
So I remember I remember watching it live. It was such an incredible run, and then you had your interview shortly after, and you mentioned that, I decided to double whip. And yeah. I remember we all kind of looked at each other like, double whip? We had to go back, and you had a bat in each hand, and you whipped him on each side. I have never seen that before.
Yeah, he's a very push-style horse. If you don't push him and you don't whip him, you're not going to get past a barrel, or he's going to try to shoulder in a little bit. So as long as I have a whip in each hand, and I was going to make sure that barrel did not come down, because I had to lift it up in 2 other rounds. I was going to make sure it stayed up, so I had a whip on each hand, and everybody thought I was crazy, but my husband was like, why do you have 2 whips? And I was like, it ain't going down.
Have you ever double whipped before?
No. It was just that day. Yeah, I did it yesterday because he was getting a little tired and not firing to the second, and so I was like, well, we need a little extra boost to the second barrel. So, and then I come out and he goes, why did you have 2 whips? And I was like, I wanted to go faster.
I honestly think it might be catching on. I'm not going to be surprised in here in the next couple months there's going to be lots of people out there double whipping. Because if you do it and you can win Calgary, Houston, possibly Cheyenne, I think the double whip's going to catch on.
Yeah, you know, you got to be kind of coordinated to do it. Sometimes I'm not, so I have to rubber band them on my hands. So I take every precaution I can.
You got to do what you got to do.
I do.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Well, let's talk a little bit about Gus. I mean, how long you had him? Where'd he come from? What's his backstory?
I got him when he was 3 years old. I got him off the track. I had his full brother before him, and I sold him, and I knew where Gus was, and I was like, I need him. I have to have him. And they're like, well, we're going to race him this year. We have him in futurities. And I was like, well, that's not going to work for me. I go, I need him. You don't understand. So I bought him, and grace of God, I just knew he was something special. I just knew he was the one. He was my dream horse. And, I started him as a 3-year-old. I showed him once. That's how he does it for the rest of his life. And he's just so easy to be around. Tied to the trailer, or, hauling down the road, or just penned out. You don't even know he's there. And so he's just a pleasure to haul, train, everywhere. Now, when you get in the alley, you got a fire-breathing dragon. Once you get away from the alley, you can put a little kid on him, and he's just like, okay, I'm done, But he conserves his energy, and he's just a warrior.
And you look like a warrior too, honestly.
Oh, thank
and
you.
we have to mention too, it's pretty exciting because it looks in the standings that you're about 4th or 5th, but the Calgary money hasn't hit yet.
Right.
I would believe when that hits, you're number 1 in the world. Is that correct?
Yeah, I should be back up to 160,000.
Man.
So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's a lifetime dream that every barrel racer or anybody in any sport has. And you just want to be the best. And, you dream of, when you're little, you're meant for something. You have a dream that you're just meant to do something special. And this is my time, and I'm taking full advantage of it. And we're just riding the ride. And if it never happens again, that's fine. But I got to experience this. It'll never get taken away. My memories will never get taken away from me. And we just go on and ride the ride. And a happy Gus and a cooled off Gus is a fast Gus. So my family's behind me, my sponsors behind me, my husband's behind me. I have my stepdaughter, Chancey, at home, and she's taking care of my horses at home. And, everybody's enjoying it. And I just want everybody to be involved in it.
Well, we have definitely been enjoying watching you and Gus chase that gold buckle. Good luck at Cheyenne. Good luck the rest of the year. Everyone, Leslie Smigo, pay her off. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Oh, so much. Well, we have just one last stop for Rodeo Roadtrip. We'll be seeing you in Pendleton, but to close out this show, we had to do it right. We have the Matthews Band Fiddlers here to close us out. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in Pendleton.